Hello, Victor here again, RestoreMercedes.com. Today is the second day on the soft top replacement R129 SL500 95 model. And of course, when I started this job, it was perfectly calm weather, no wind or anything, and the wind picked up, so I have to. It's just a nuisance because I don't want all of this glue to fly away. Now, obviously, you have to cover it all up, right? So no dirt and old glue falls inside. And I also put in a couple of these absorbent mats. You know, my wife uses it for a cat litter box around it, you know, so this is good stuff. And I just put it down so the glue sticks to it and it doesn't fly away, because plastic, you know, plastic moves and it lifts it all up and it flies all over the place. Before we go there, let's take a look at the cable situation. Now, as for the cable, one cable is broken, which is this one. This is the old broken cable. This is the tip for the cable, and there was a tiny little stop in between right here that I cut off. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. This is how the cable looks. This is the other side. The other side is okay, no damages or anything, no signs of any kind of fatigue. So this is going to be reused. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. Luckily, the original part and the spring was still on the vehicle. It wasn't lost, right? Because sometimes if the cable breaks right here, then you lose the spring. Well, of course you can put another spring, but nonetheless it just made my life easier. So I had the cable broken right past the stop. This is the replacement one. This is what I made, and luckily for me there is only one cable that was broken. This is the replacement cable, 1/16 of an inch. Yes, 1/16 right here. These are the stops. You know, I use the round ones, obviously, and these ones, the end stops. So you have to crimp them. Obviously, you can buy a tool at the store, Home Depot stuff. Nothing, nothing complicated. Home Depot stuff, cables, Home Depot. Crimper you can buy at Home Depot, but it's a humongous crimper. I looked at it; it's like a bolt cutter size. So I was like, no, I don't need that. The end, of course, has to be rounded off slightly. So that's what I did. I crimped it and rounded off. Here's what it looks like crimped. The other side, same thing. The end stop here, that was also crimped on. It turned out to be just slightly shorter, but because the actual cable is adjustable, I can adjust it by these bolts, because it was right in the middle, just like this one, right in the middle. So I can just move it forward and it's going to be the same length. Now here I put on two stops. This is how the crimp looks like. Pretty solid, to be honest with you. I put two of them because length allowed me to. As we compare the two, see, my length and the original crimp is the same length, so that's fine. Yes, I don't have the guide. This is the guide. It's supposed to guide the cable, but it shouldn't be a problem, to be honest. I don't see it being an issue. See, we have no guide here, but where is it gonna go? So this is the replacement cable. I use the old style coaxial cable crimper, and I just had to put in a slight insert, like a little insert in here, just so I can compress it and round it off, just to make it round. Okay, so I don't want to have like the edges to be messed up. As round as I can make it. Cables are not visible, so it doesn't really matter. So that's the cable situation. Now, as for the roof, the glue, obviously, this bar I cleaned off already. I have to still run it maybe once or twice more, but really quickly. The rear portion here, this was ran once, right? One pass, and this is actually pretty good. It came out pretty nice. This area is untouched, as you can see, before and after. This is also unfinished. This has to be also ran once or twice. I'm just doing it with a glue stripper, chemicals and stuff, and this is how it comes out. These areas to be dealt with later, but majority, the major parts of the glue are major areas are cleaned up already, so that's a good thing. Now what I'm using is I'm using not the 3M, because this wind 3M is very very thin, it's like liquid. So I bought this one, clean strip, Home Depot stuff. This one is thick, so when you use the brush it doesn't fall off. Like the 3M was liquid. This is more like a goo, and that's actually pretty nice. I mean, I like it. It doesn't drip all over the place as I thought it would, but it isn't. It dissolves the glue pretty well. Yes, you have to still go by and you know, use some elbow grease and rub it and scrub it. But again, this is the first pass. This is all the glue that fell off. All right. The paper towels is what I use for this particular stage. Later on, I'm going to use scrubbers, but that's at the final. And then I'm going to use some mineral spirits to clean up after I do this. And then probably going to use alcohol to degrease it all before glue goes on. The center line is marked like I showed before. Right here, there's a mark right here, it's the center line, and I think I marked it on this side too. Right here is the center line, right here, faint line, right here. Let's see if they correlate. This seemed to be somebody else scratched it. I thought I did it, but it apparently was not me. And then my line is, yeah, pretty centered, so I'm happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Center line is right. There is another center line here and another center line here. So in terms of centers, I'm good, because I will start with the center. I'm not going to start with the edges. Obviously, you got to start with this, with the middle, and spread your roof left and right. So this is basically where we are. I'm going to continue cleaning the glue. I'm not gluing this today. This is the old rear section of the soft top. I just left it there so the plastic doesn't lift up. But obviously I'm not gluing it today, and I'm keeping this. Actually, I put it back on the vehicle so the car is closed, and the front portion here is still glued on. I didn't touch it because I still clean, you know, I still close the car, close the roof, close up the windows, put some masking tape over at the openings. The rebar here, that is also another, this is a separate job right here. It's going to be different from what needs to be done. I have the headliner. This has to be washed because originally it was clean like that. As you can see, that the color difference here is very apparent. Or actually right here is going to be a better comparison. This is the clean area because this was under the covering, and this is the dirty area. So ideally it would be nice to get it back to this color. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet, so that's the last. This is the least of my concerns right now. And roof is the roof. That's the glue is my concern. And I'm going to clean up this bar. I'm going to clean up this bar. And when I'm ready to do the front, I'll do the front. But it is what it is. All right, so for now, this is all. Another day and the progress on the soft top removal. This is Victor, RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.